All right. Hi, guys. Welcome. Thank you for joining us and for joining the Springboard community. Let's get started. So here we are at orientation. Welcome to Intermediate Data Science, Python. First, I'm going to start off with just sort of a general orientation overview, what we're going to be covering during this time, and then at the end we'll have time for questions. So first is sort of going over course support. So who are the different people that you can lean on during your time in the course? Second, we'll be going over course structure. So what are the different components of the course that you can expect to sort of work through? And third is tips to succeed in the course. So what are things that I think sort of differentiate between students who are super successful in the course and students who might struggle a little bit more? So starting with student advisors, I am your student advisor. My name is Sophie. So how can I support you? This can be, really anything from weekly check-ins, talking about accountability and time management. Student advisors are really here for anything involving the Springboard experience. So here for check-ins, here to discuss how things are going in the course, how things are going with your mentor, even down to logistics like billing. Really here for anything Springboard related. I will say one note, unfortunately, I'm not a data scientist. So in terms of really technical questions regarding your course, there are other folks that I can direct you to. Second is your community manager, who is Andrew McGuire. So your community manager lives in your online community, which is in your course dashboard. Your community manager is an expert in this field, is there to sort of make sure that you never feel alone, is there to answer any sort of technical questions that you might have around the course content. You can post your questions in the community, and you can also receive project feedback. So Andrew is a great resource, usually responds within 24 hours and has a wide breadth of knowledge. So highly recommend you utilize that resource. Third is your mentor. So you will find out who your mentor is by Friday, August 2nd. You will get an email with your match. Your mentor is an industry expert and has a true passion for mentoring. This is something that we really pride ourselves on here at Springboard, is hiring really fantastic mentors. So you will have a weekly 30-minute call with your mentor, and we'll get into this a little bit more later, but this is a time for you to be able to talk about what you're doing in the course, where you're at in the course, talk about your capstone project, ask your mentor questions about what it's like to be working in the industry. So yeah, a really great resource that you can tap into. So next is the Springboard learning structure. We have a curated project-based curriculum. So what that means is basically instead of limiting you to just sort of in-house materials, our course development team has partnered with outside resources and with industry experts and with other companies to figure out, what are the most important things that students should be learning. So we have curated a really fantastic curriculum in that sense, and it is project-based. So it's all sort of hands-on learning. The majority of your projects are aiming to help you with your capstone project, which is something that you can later showcase to any potential job opportunities or just to have as something in your back pocket. So that is really exciting. Second is your weekly 30-minute one-on-one mentor calls. Like I said, these are a fantastic time to discuss really any questions you have about the course content, talk about your capstone project, talk about your mini projects, go over anything that feels confusing or challenging in any way. Your mentor is really there to help you get through that process, to help keep you accountable, and to just really serve as a sort of regular support. Third, like I said, is your online community. Your online community is not just this cohort. It is students who have been enrolled in the course for a month or so, it's filled with alumni, your community manager, some mentors. So this really is a place in which you can go and talk to your community, ask questions, share resources if you find them, and really create a dialogue around data science, which is very exciting. Lastly is your weekly office hours. So these are really fun. They're hosted by me and another student advisor named Catherine, and 3 of our data science mentors. So they're every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you'll see there's a little office hour videos link in your course curriculum dashboard, so you can view them if you aren't able to come live, but we send out an email and you'll get notifications around how to join the Zoom link live if you'd like to come. It's a really fun time. We have guest speakers come, we have mentors come and just do a general Q&A, we have students present their capstone projects, so this is a really great time to get more involved in the data science field and learn some good stuff. So some important notes, completion requirements. So you are required to complete at least 60% of the curriculum in order to complete the course. The reason why we do this is because we really believe and want this to be a learning experience that is somewhat tailored to you. And in that I mean, you know, this allows you some flexibility to skip stuff that maybe you already know or, you know, aren't as interested in, and allows you to spend more time on things you are really interested in learning or maybe require more time to learn for you personally. Lastly, in order to complete the course, you need to upload all projects, including your capstone project. And then it will, once you do that, it will take you through a flow to apply to complete. Your mentor will then review your capstone project, and if they pass your capstone project, you'll get your certificate of completion. All right. So another note is Springboard support. So if you get any emails from someone named Leo, he is another person who works on the support side, a lot with technical stuff such as, you know, billing and technical stuff with our resources. So don't be alarmed if you get an email from Leo. He's there to help. So that's been a lot of me chatting for now. So I want to share a video that shows our one side of the mentor experience so you can get a better sense of what that's like.
Come together. Now, along that way, I had at some points really good mentors. At some point, I didn't have mentors. And one of the things I've learned, and I apply to life, and I try to help out people whenever I can, is that having a mentor, having someone there that can explain things to you when you're stuck, kind of give you advice, is really invaluable. And really, you can tell that difference when you see people interviewing or when you see people that are practicing, whether they had a good mentor.
I like working with students who, like myself, are learning coding from scratch. So I can totally understand how they're feeling and what they're feeling, and I can give them a lot of advice.
It makes me sort of blush to have you read what Dheeraj wrote about me. I really had a wonderful relationship with him, and was really just, I don't know, I felt like the mentoring component of the Springboard course was one of the very best things about it. So it's nice to hear him say those nice things about me, but I feel like I could say just as good things about what an excellent teacher and how encouraging he was to me as I was learning.
We see it as a wonderful, opportunity to kind of pass down my experiences, good and bad, in this field with them, to share with them so that they're prepared once they get into the working world as a data scientist. And I'm learning as well, as much as they're learning from me. So those are the best calls to do, where almost the time just passes by in half an hour, and it's just a lovely experience. And it's not just mentees, it's more, they're going to become possibly lifelong friends as well.
Right now, it is the place where you would definitely love to be. So try and don't take pressure that, oh, I have to learn so many algorithms and I have to do so much of theoretical understanding. Start in steps and try to use whatever knowledge that you have presently, how it could be related to data science and data in general, and that will really help you to make a transition into that field very easily.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, one of the great values of having a mentor is having somebody you can kind of lean on if you get stuck. But it's also a good time to learn a lot of the intangibles of data science. So, what do data scientists do day to day? How do you deal with interviewing? How is a data science project set up? All of these other kind of little questions that people want to know, but it's not necessarily in the textbooks.
All right. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Next, we are going to go into how can I make the most out of the course. So first tip would be on time management. So hold on, let me just make sure my screen is present here. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. All right, so how can I make the most out of the course? First tip would be time management. So we understand that all of you have lives outside of this course and families and friends and full-time jobs. So, finding ways to sort of set goals and prioritize the course, figuring out scheduling, avoiding those inevitable sort of procrastination moments. We are here to help you with that. It's particularly myself. But setting goals ahead of time and figuring out how to prioritize the course and avoid procrastination is definitely important. A huge tip that I like to give all of our students is to use the study plan tool, which is in your student profile. You can see a piece of it here that says the study plan. You can sort of toggle that dot and decide whether you'd like to finish the course in 2 months or 3 months, and it sort of sets up a nice sort of study plan for you and what goals you should be setting for which amount of time so that you're able to complete in the time that you would like to complete. So highly recommend utilizing that tool. You can also schedule a meeting with me to develop a learning plan, and we can help you stay on track. So here's just sort of an overview of the course timeline. You're here at orientation, congratulations. The course starts officially on Monday, August 5th. Friday, August 2nd, you'll get your mentor match. And then for most folks, they complete the course within anywhere between 2 and 4 months. So that sort of gives you a timeline of, if you're expecting to complete in 4 months, that December would likely be your end date. All right, so tip number 2, develop your mentor relationship. So, giving your background, letting your mentor know what are your goals for the course, why did you join Springboard, letting them know sort of what your course pace is. These are all really important things to discuss in that, first mentor call and to develop that relationship, ask them about their experience, and also be sure to, set up backup call links. So we usually recommend that students use Skype, but if for some reason Skype isn't working, make sure you have each other's email addresses or Google Hangout or Zoom or whatever it is, so that you're able to connect if for some reason things aren't working as planned. Additionally, it's super important that you're communicating if for some reason you have to cancel a call, that you're communicating that 24 hours in advance, and that you're setting an agenda before your mentor call, which you can do when you schedule those calls. This is a really great way to just let your mentor prepare for the call and to set an agenda for the two of you so you can stay on track. Tip number 3, engage in the community. So like I said, our online community is filled with students, past and present. Ask questions in the online community. You can join or create your own study group if there are folks who live near you. Attend our office hours, and you can even request office hour topics. So these are just some suggestions and ways in which you can really engage in our community. And I'll have an announcement at the end for an upcoming very exciting way you can engage in the community as well. So next, finally, I wanted to give you all sort of an exciting heads up about Springboard and our plans for 2020 and beyond. So as an organization, our goal is to close the world skills gap by helping our students build the skills they need to achieve career success in today's job market. So just to give you sort of an overview, in 2017, we launched career tracks with industry-leading job guarantees. So thus far, we've had no job guarantee refunds to date, which is really exciting and awesome. And we've had an average salary increase of $23,000 a year. So also a really exciting milestone. Moving and looking forward in 2020, our focus is going to be 100% on career track programs. So what that means is that you guys are actually part of the last cohort of intermediate data science as a skills track. Before that sounds like a scary thing, it's actually quite exciting. What we want you to know is that our number one goal above all else is to make sure that you have an awesome learning experience. Springboard is known for providing this awesome learning experience, and that by no means will change with this last cohort. Your success truly is our top priority, and being our last cohort of skills track students, we will have some really fun surprises along the way that I think will be really enjoyable. So what you'll need to know moving forward, you will need to plan on completing by December 31st. As I said before, the vast majority of our students complete within 2, 3, max 4 months, and there are 5 months left until in 2019. So we really don't foresee this, being an issue for our students. I am here, we are all here to help our students complete on time. We will work with each and every one of you to make sure that that happens. And if for any reason you're worried about being able to finish on time, reach out to me. And I'll work with you to make sure that you meet your learning goals. We can go over your learning plan and make sure that you're really feeling comfortable and like you're set up for success. So very exciting things to come, and I'm excited to be working with all of you. Another exciting announcement in terms of engaging with our community, we have a very exciting event happening September 7th in Sunnyvale, California, close to where we are, our headquarters in San Francisco. It is called Springboard Rise, and it is a data and design summit. So we're partnered and co-hosted with LinkedIn headquarters. We'll be bringing together roughly 400 students, alumni, mentors from our UX design and our data science courses it's an all-day conference focused on learning and careers and the future of work. It's going to be really fantastic. So I hope some of you can join. In case your interest wasn't already piqued, we are running a promotion for all August students. So you can use this code that's in this presentation here, VIP student, at checkout for a free ticket. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Molly at springboard.com. And if you want more info, you can check out the landing page. So very exciting stuff, and I hope to see some of you there. So what happens next? Finish the getting started section of your profile before your first mentor call. Start thinking about your capstone project, even though it may seem really far off. It's going to be here before you know it. So start thinking about data sets that really interest you. Get excited about sort of mulling over those ideas with your mentor. Meet your mentor via email. Once you get that match, make sure that you send out an introduction email and get that communication started. And a last note, your 7-day refund period ends Monday, August 12th. So keep that in mind. So thank you so much for joining. I know that was a lot of me talking. If you have any more questions, you can ask them in the community. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you can always reach out at students@springboard.com, or you can schedule a call with me, and the link is at the bottom there. And lastly, I will mute myself and open the floor up for any questions. So if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask, and I'd be happy to answer. or you can write them in the chat box. So floor is open for any questions. Any questions at all, feel free to put in the chat box. If not, if everyone's good for now, always feel free to shoot me an email at any point if questions come up later. Happy to answer anything or schedule a call if you'd like to discuss something more in depth. And thank you so much for joining, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. All right, bye-bye.